Hello.
Greg, what's been your thoughts as guys have come back in to the group? What do you notice out of the group as you guys sort of restarted, refocused here?
Guys are, the guys that are away, happy to be back. Again, good concentration, good focus today. It's just guys physically are in a little bit different places. Some guys, had long flights yesterday. Some guys have been in here and had tough sessions. So just over the next couple of days, it's trying to get everybody back on the same page and ready to go. Whether that's physical, mental, tactical, all those different things, but just trying to get everybody back reconnected with each other. So. But again, I've said it's a group that enjoys each other. They're pretty clear on what it is we're trying to do. So it's just touching on the key points, especially things that I think we can take away from our last couple of games that we want to keep our attention on as we continue to move forward.
Julian's one of those guys who probably left right after his game, but he's in today. What's his process the rest of the week?
Yeah, so he got into today. Was just, he literally arrived, I think, at 9 a.m. and came straight here. And so it was just to get the flight out of him, the jet lag, whatever he brings back, just to try to turn his body and his body clock back around and reconnect him. So today was pretty light. It was just get his heart rate up and flush some of that out, and then tomorrow he'll reintegrate back into the group and prepare for Saturday.
Update on Douglas?
Douglas is out and starting to work his return to play in training. So I don't know exactly, but I would say 7 to 10 days is probably our window to getting him back into the match. Hopefully he'll be in training here in the next few days, and then we're just trying to get him ready to get him in match fitness and ready to play.
Derek said that he felt 100% difference in intensity from beginning of season to now, coming in now, and part of that was the switch that was flipped over the past with your last two games. I guess, do you feel and see that too?
Yeah, again, I think the intensity of the group has improved as the season has progressed. I think again the integration and the guys becoming more familiar of each other than they were a year ago. They're a little more confident in how to give each other feedback or to push each other or things like that. There's also become a lot more banter, if you will, inside of the training session. The guys they have fun, but they're also kind of leaning on each other and pushing each other a little harder, which has been great. The competition in the group has been great, and I think that brings the intensity level. I think there's a genuine belief in the group that they can do something special if they can keep that intensity high and keep progressing as a group. That there's no reason why they can't lift some trophies at the end of this season. So when you have that kind of belief and motivation, then the right type of personalities start to come out within the group, and that's taking place. So,
Greg, has it been a little frustrating with Douglas, trying to get used to the league, but then the injuries preventing him from adapting fully? And with the summer transfer window, is there any players or positions that you have in mind specifically for the Galaxy?
Yeah, as it relates to Douglas, it's probably as frustrating for him as it is for anyone. A big part of this is he's had a stretch of issues injury-wise over the last little bit, and for us it's trying to get down and diagnose what the causes are of those. None of the injuries that we've dealt with have been serious, all pretty minor, but the problem is if you keep having little minor injuries, then we have to find the source, and we do believe we have found, through working with some specialists, some people around in him and everybody else, we do think we found kind of the deficiencies that are leading to some of these little minor things that are constantly having to set him back, which means he never really gets to the full fitness and the full speed that he needs to be at. And so we took a little step back during this long break to be able to work on some of those things and hopefully bring his strength up in certain areas that will then keep him from compensating, which the compensation then creates some of the issues that we've encountered. So it's probably try to take 2 steps back to take many steps forward is a little bit of the thought process here. So, but we hope as we get him back here in the next, hopefully the next 7 to 10 days or whatever, that there'll be a clearer path forward for him in terms of where he's at. So as far as the summer window, we came into the first half of the season, we left some space and some roster spots so that we could consider what our needs are as we came into the summer window and our opportunities. And so we will add. We'll probably add at least one player over the window, one in the midfield. I think we You know, we've seen a little bit with Sasha down that we're a little bit light in terms of our numbers in the midfield, so we'll probably add one there, and then anything we can add beyond that, it's going to be kind of an opportunity. If a good opportunity is out there or the right player who can give us something a little different, then we'll try to make a move there. But we'll see how things shape up here over the next couple of weeks.
What is Sasha's status?
He's progressing. He's doing some return to play stuff. He's got a hip flexor issue, which is tricky because you can do a lot of things with the hip flexor, but then when you start to really strike the ball or sprint or do some of those high-end things, you become vulnerable. In the past, you know, I know our guys medically and us as a staff, we've dealt with guys that had hip flexor stuff. One guy in particular that came back 3 times and just was never right. So we just want to make sure we get him through the right steps and process. He's feeling better. So now I think as he starts to cross like thresholds and showing that he can manage certain things and recover right the next day, not have pain, we can keep taking steps for it. I don't know exactly the timeline, but hopefully, you know, within the next couple of weeks, we can start to see him back within the group. But I don't know exactly. It's all going to be on how he can progress physically through the steps that he has remaining. So,
Is that injury-wise? That's pretty much it, right? Sasha close to.
yeah, Sega was out, right?
Oh, yeah,
Sega was
Sega.
out, but Sega should be back into training tomorrow. He gone for the last 4 days straight. So today he was in a recovery day, and then tomorrow he'll be back into the group. I put him as maybe for this weekend, but I would say for sure he would probably be ready for the Tuesday game. So we'll see how he fares tomorrow as we work towards the weekend, but for sure by Tuesday we think he'll be ready.
Adam Saldana?
Adam's making good progress. I mean, he's training full, and now I would guess over the next week or two he'll start to probably get some minutes in G2 and to live action. Some of it, this last part, has just been getting his full fitness, game fitness under him, but also doing a few more things with the ankle, just, you know, striking the ball, things like that, where he was having just still a little bit of soreness. But I think he's probably just like I said, a week or so away from maybe getting some minutes in G2, and then we'll just start progressing him. And as he's doing what he needs to do and showing what he needs to, he'll start to work his way back into our group. So.